welcome to another episode of Two Girls, One Pod, the unofficial after show of the latest episode of Big Brother 23. I'm Tina, filling in for Crystal while she's off gallivanting somewhere on vacay. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. And so let's get right to it.
She forgot to mention that I'm Melissa. I'm here too, but
you're supposed to like cut in.
I guess this is the Tina show now. It's
hey, you asked me to fill in the intro, so I'm just gonna wing it and go for it.
That was fabulous. Honestly, that was a really good intro. I think that Crystal and I might need to start writing down our intros from here on because you nailed it.
Oh, and by the way, folks, I'm joined today by Melissa.
Yeah, thank you. Here we go. I also was thinking maybe it should be like two newfies on a pod at this point.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
That is a hashtag people can follow. But before we get into the Big Brother episode, I do want to mention a really great story. So as you had said, Crystal is on vacation. She sent me a video today. So she was sat down with her son. And I think they're like the whole family is very pasty. They burn. They've got a little bit of ginger in them and they're very prone to sunburns. So it's sunny everywhere except for Newfoundland. It's weather and sun and they're on vacation. I believe they're in Nova Scotia right now. And she sent me a video. She'll correct me if I'm telling the story wrong, I'm sure. But she said she had just gotten her oldest to move and switch places with her because he was in direct sunlight. And she's like, you're going to burn. Like, you get over here. I'll sit here. And she said, as soon as she did it, he was taking a video of her and a bird shit on her nose. Her nose.
Oh my God. That's fucking hilarious.
Isn't that amazing? So I was like, I'm going to tell Tina that if you're not on the pod tonight, I'm telling your story for you.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, definitely. That's, but apparently that's supposed to be good luck.
That's what I said to her.
And for a bird to shit right on your nose, that's got to be some pretty damn luck.
Right? Like that is a tiny little target for a bird to get. So
absolutely.
Maybe her boat ride over will be like smooth sailing when she comes back.
Maybe she's overcome all those fears and it's nothing to it now.
Thanks, bird. Yeah. Anyway, that was I was like, I gotta tell her that. Like first of the episode. I'm sure she'll send you the video.
I'm sure.
And I fucking died. She just sat there like this with like bird shit on her nose.
Oh my God, this is disgusting.
Okay. So back to Big Brother. So the episode starts off again. Xavier is new HOH, and every single person in the household seems to feel like they're safe.
That's the first note I have is beginning of the episode. Everyone is feeling so safe with Xavier being HOH this week. And boy, do they have a surprise coming.
Oh man. Well, he has an alliance with everybody in the house except for 3 people, but those 3 people still felt comfortable with him, even though they weren't technically aligned.
But that goes to show that he's playing a phenomenal social game. Mm-hmm. Nobody thinks that they are on his radar.
Yeah.
That's hard to do in that game. So,
likable guy.
Unfortunately for him, he's got to get some blood on his hands and kind of show his cards, literally. But yeah, it's good that he's playing a great social.
I wonder would it almost have been better for him to hold out on getting HOH a little bit longer?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because now, like I said, he has to show his cards.
Yeah.
It's going to show who he's aligned with.
He may become
for his position in the game where he was, so socially great with everyone, nobody thought they were on his radar. So maybe holding off on getting the HOH would have been the best move.
Yeah, I think so too. New alliance.
Oh, here we go. What was that?
Well, new alliance, but I said alliance.
Points.
New alliance.
The Royal Flush.
The Royal Flush, yes. Similar notes, T. I like it. I
know.
How do we like Jesus Christ? Have a beer, Melissa.
Use your words, my love. Use your words.
That's what I say to my baby. She's not baby anymore, but I call her the baby. But I'm like, use your words. Stop whining at me because it's driving me crazy. New alliance alert. The Royal Flush How do
Yes.
we feel about this alliance, Tina?
I like it. I think it's great. I think the kings and queens coming together with Derek X being that ace. I think it's a great group, and I love the name.
I know that they're in power this week because Xavier has like HOH, but I really feel like they're probably going to run the house for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're going to be a solid group that actually sticks together.
Yeah, they seem to have everybody in the group with the same mindset, and they all seem to have a giant amount of trust. Not like a little bit of a trust,
Strategic,
like
level-headed. They're looking out for what's best for things moving forward. So yeah, I think it's going to be a group that's going to run the game for a bit.
They're going to be a force for sure. My next note,
And I bet I know what it's going to be. I not say that Brent and Hannah will not be a Showmance?
You did say that. That wasn't my note.
Oh, okay. My next note was the whole Showmance.
My note is that I'm sad because Brent is driving everybody crazy. And I basically said he's not quite the charmer that we initially thought, because we thought he was going to be able to puppeteer. We thought he was going to be, really good with social game. And it turns out that he's just driving everybody insane with his ego. And my TV crush has been eliminated. That episode it put out my fire. I'm like,
wah, wah, wah.
Exactly all the feels that I have. I was like, oh, Brent, I was enjoying you for the first couple of episodes, and now I'm like, you're too into yourself, dude.
Yeah, no, he's going home this week.
100%.
Definitely.
Like, unless he pulls out a veto win, which he could, we don't know. But no, that just broke me. Like, every single person in the house, Brent out. So
yeah,
he's a big target.
His ego is ruining his game.
And that's the thing. It's not even that they want him out because he's a strong competitor. They're annoyed by him. They're like, this guy's driving me crazy. Send him home. I don't want to hear about him talking about his sexual feelings towards people. He kept talking about feeling sexually attracted. And I'm like, stop.
I know, right? Dude, not the time and place to be. I don't know. You're going to annoy people, right? Like, oh, no way.
Too much.
So unfortunately, because he was, not my first pick in the pool, but he was one of my picks in the, I think I'm one down after this week.
You might be just hanging on to Claire, but she's doing well.
She is. She's in a good position in the house right now.
Yeah, she could be the one to win it for you.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna ride it with Claire. I don't think Brent's gonna get me the win this year on the pool.
He's gone. He's so gonna be gone. I did like Tiffany and Xavier. I feel like that is a duo that could really make it to the end. As I don't know if they have a final two, but I feel like they would be a great final two.
Yeah, I love the two of them. I'm really loving Tiffany this season. Yeah. She's phenomenal. She brings the humor, she brings the spunk, the strategic stuff. She's just kind of all around.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I said I did like too. So she's wise. She's extremely wise, but she's funny as well. And she sat down, she was talking to Xavier, and she said, you need to listen. She said 2 eyes and 1 mouth. And that is just such good advice, especially yourself, because that kind of like that carried you. It was the listening. It was like, I'm not going to run my mouth. I'm going to listen to what you have to say and internalize it, keep it, and use it for strategy. So I love that. I said, I love this woman. She's smart, and I'm expecting really big things from her.
Yeah, definitely. I would expect her to go far. She was, she was kind of one of my picks at the very beginning in terms of who I just gravitated towards in terms of who I thought would kind of go far, just based on the bio videos, first impressions. And her and Xavier were definitely in that list.
Yeah, they're great. I really enjoy them. I've got a new category now on our Showmance watch. The whole house is just breaking into little pairs. So
I'm liking the possibility of Derek X and Hannah, though.
They're so cute, right? I said,
yeah.
I said, I really like that pair.
Yeah, I do too. I think they're very smart, strategic players, and I think they'll really bounce stuff off each other to kind of strategize. I think they're going to be a pair to watch as well.
absolutely. They could be a showman to look out for. That's like not a big target.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times getting in a showmance puts a target on you as it is, but I feel like they'll hide it as long as they can hide it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I'm not sure about Christian and Alyssa. I don't know how I feel about it. I had a note. It says, not sure how I feel. Like,
I'm not a fan of those two in terms of a showmance. I kind of like Hannah.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Christian. I mean, the kid must have whiplash at this point every time, you know, he's flipping his hair and I mean, seriously, he's got to be, the neck has got to be hurting at this point.
There's just something about Christian. I'm the same way. I'm like, he checks.
I don't know what it is. I just can't, I'm not connecting with him.
It's Crystal. It's like what Crystal said. It's the man bun, right? You know what I think it is? I think
It's the man bun.
His eyes are too piercing. Like they're too blue.
Oh my God.
They need to be like toned down. He needs some like dead eyes or something for a little while. Cause that's what it is for me, I think. I'm like,
oh man,
your eyes are too blue, Christian. You just gotta like, I don't know, change your eye color because that's easy.
No, it's the hair flips and possible whiplash for me.
It seems, you know what? No, it's the little, that's what it is. It's his little mustache. It's not the, I'm like, there's something about him, and I don't know if it's the look, because his personality, I'm like, everything about him, I should be digging this guy, like as a player, like just as a person. But there's just something about him. I'm like, I don't know about Christian. I just want to be on board the Christian train, and I'm just not like, whoop, whoop, not there.
No, I'm not there. So he's not going to be your next. He's
not my new crush. No.
No. Okay.
Crush. I don't know who I like now. I'm a little annoyed that Brent is a douchey McDoucher.
Mr. Ego.
Mr. Ego. I've
Got
never
to
been
go
with a woman that I wasn't sexually interested in. Okay, Brent, pump the brakes. They were interested in you that way. Sorry, we could have a whole episode about this, and maybe, you know what, that'll probably be Friday's episode. Maybe we'll.
Yeah, you know, it might be. We'll see how much extra trouble his ego gets him into.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this week play out. I really am. Okay, so here's something that I thought was awesome. Derek and Hannah threw the fucking HOH competition.
Yeah.
So like they threw it to Xavier so that their team wouldn't be safe. Like that to me is huge. So that shows how much faith they have in the alliance, that they're willing to put their trust in the alliance over the numbers of their team, getting them safe to get Brent out, right? I had a note that said it's a strong alliance to do that, to get rid of Brent and or Whitney. Derek decides to play that he's going to be the one to play the wild card, but he's going to throw it again so that Brent can't be safe.
But you know, I don't understand Brent's, like, I know he feels safe with Xavier and all that, but you know, nobody should feel safe in that game. So you should want to play to.
But I think didn't he already play? I thought they said that he couldn't play.
Oh, did he already play one?
Yeah, he already played one, so he couldn't play. But the reason that Derek X played was so that he could throw it.
Yes.
If there was a chance that somebody on your team could be safe if you won the wild card, then he knows that his team wouldn't have to do that because he would be the one controlling it.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
No, that was definitely a strategic move in terms of, you know, throwing it, and it worked out perfectly because Tiffany came away with the wild card win.
It did. It was really good. Can we talk about that game?
That was wild. Like, I mean, you know, at first I was thinking that, you know, okay, well, this could be something that Brittany could really pull out in terms of, you know,
was crushing it.
Yeah, she had the balance and, you know, everything that she had done in her life in terms of, you know, gymnastics and dance and karate and whatnot. Like everything was kind of helping her in that situation. It's just unfortunate that the two of them targeted her.
I felt like I was watching Tara get targeted by the house in the ball pit game from BB Can 9 because
I felt the same way when I was watching it. I was like, I know the feeling of frustration that Brittany is going through right now because Tara went through it.
Yeah, because it's not that you don't have a chance in those situations, but your chance is so much lower.
Yeah.
When two people gang up on the one, right? And I'm not sure how I feel about that, because I feel like that could have shown, like, they probably could have pretended to get each other's a little bit better, as opposed to like it being so obvious that they were going for Brittany.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, and then she goes up on the block, like, people aren't stupid. They're gonna know that that was on purpose. So now they're gonna know that Derek and Tiffany were working together. So like, I feel like that probably wasn't the best strategy for that game.
No, it kind of, I think it could have been faked a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, whether or not that will hurt them in the game, I'm not sure. They're in a tight alliance, so they're brave in what they can do right now as well,
Yeah.
because they know they're so protected. So it may not affect their game at all.
No, they could get away scot-free for sure. So yeah, Tiffany wins. Here's the other thing. So Tiffany chooses safety. However, the wild card option this week was, if she chose, sorry, she didn't choose safety. If she chose safety, then a game of chance would make one member of the Aces and one member of the Jokers safe, giving Xavier less people to choose from. And it could also mean that the target that they all want out of the house is safe. But because she chose safety, does that show her cards that she has so much faith in Xavier that she doesn't want to have this safety, and that she also isn't going to save two other random people? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like between throwing the game with Derek throwing the game and now her not choosing safety,
people will put the pieces together and start to realize that, okay, well, she's very comfortable, so why is she comfortable?
Exactly.
So yeah, the pieces will start to get put together for sure in terms of who she's aligned with.
Yeah.
Whether or not they come up with some sort of reason as to why she did it, or can she weasel her way out of it, I don't know. But yeah, it does show her cards just a little bit, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But I don't know, people might expect that anyways.
Yeah.
Right? Like, people might expect that, she's working with Xavier because she's been seen having conversations with him.
Right.
So,
maybe
it's not.
I think it's just like a her and Xavier thing, as opposed to.
That's right.
Big alliance.
Yeah, I don't think the big alliance would be exposed in that. I just think that people will just assume that her and Xavier are working together more than maybe what they think.
Yeah, they're just comfortable. Yeah. Okay. I can definitely see that happening. Based on, Brent has no clue he's a target.
I have a note here that he's oblivious.
Like, totally.
Completely.
And it's funny because where you were in the house, you said you can usually tell if you're gonna be a target. Like, a blind side is not an easy thing to pull off.
And I don't know if it was because I was kind of, privy to a lot of the information kind of floating around the house. Like I said, I had good conversations with everyone, so I kind of knew where kind of people were sitting. So maybe it's just because he's not having those conversations with people.
Yeah.
He's just having the conversations with his immediate.
He's just telling everybody about who he's got the hots for and how.
Well, I mean, if that's all his concern is, then so be it, right? But maybe he's just not having those strategic conversations.
Yeah, which would make sense.
Because he's too focused on his, ego and his sexual desires.
Yeah, he's like, I'm in a house with all these ladies. Who wants a piece? And they're like, nobody. Like, put it away, please.
Hard pass on that one.
Oh my god, like, so funny. So okay, then we move to Azah and Xavier having conversation about who's going up. How did you feel about that conversation?
I think it was a bad move for her to be having that conversation. It really shows that she's
close
I
to.
don't know. I think she did it more so because of like morals and personal reasons, that she didn't want to have Brittany upset again this week.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not it's because she already dealt with Brittany last week because of all of her emotion and doesn't want to deal with her again, or maybe it really does come down to, she genuinely cares for her and just doesn't want to see her upset.
Yeah.
Um, I just think knowing that Brent is the target,
Mhm.
and maybe she doesn't know Brent's the target, who knows? But Brent is the target this week, so I don't know why she would kind of force that the way
Yeah.
she is, right?
So I mean, I didn't agree for her saying, well, put me on the block as a pawn. I do get it. I do think that she's just like, she very much cares for Brittany, and she's
Yeah,
thinking, if she's the pawn, why put her up at all? We're an alliance. I trust you. Use me as a pawn. So like, I
yeah.
get that, but I'm also like, I
But I
don't.
guess it goes back to the same reason that Colin put Brittany up, is the fact that Colin and Brittany is up. If in the event that she gets POV, would she use it to take Brent down?
Right.
So it's the same kind of scenario, right?
But
In
see,
terms of,
I don't think so. We can fast forward to the nominations, and he did put up Brittany and Brent. But he says that the targets are Brent and Whitney. So he put up Brittany. Their names are way too similar. Put up Brittany as a pawn to send Brent home, but told Brent he was the pawn and that he wanted to get Brittany. So
yeah.
in his speech, he basically straight up said that, Brent is a pawn and that I'm targeting Brittany. I don't think that was a smart game move. Because hear me
At
out.
the
Like, I know. This is why we're good. Different opinions make interesting conversations.
they do, they
But
do.
I think that if he had to just be straight to the point and say, listen, like, because Brent is on the block, and I know he doesn't want Brent to get fiery and try to campaign and try to stay in the house. He wants it to be a very easy week. I
Yeah.
don't think he's in a position for an easy week regardless. I think that by telling everybody that Brittany is the target, but really Brent is the target, all he's doing is getting extra blood on his hands instead of saying, listen, Brittany, you're up because Brent, you're a big target. I see you as a big threat. We're good, but we're not really aligned together. And I'm putting you on the block to give you a chance to take yourself off with the veto. Like, I feel like that's more respectful, and that would have got him like more respect as the HOH, instead of saying you're just a pawn. I want this girl out, when he had no intention of sending Brittany home. So he's upsetting her, pissing her off. He's pissing off Azah. He's, pissing off Brent.
But the only people he's really pissing off are the people he's not aligned with, right? Like, all of his alliance knows who the target is. So I mean, it's really only Derek F, which we really didn't see a whole lot of his conversation about the whole situation.
No.
Brent, Azah, Brittany, and Whitney. And I think from the perspective of the other side of the house, we'll say the other side of the house because that seems to be the divide right now. From that perspective, I just don't think that they feel that those people are huge targets. I think that they feel that they're going to continue to win and just knock them off one by one.
But the other side of it is like, wouldn't it have been better had he just put up Whitney? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Brittany wasn't the right move, and if she was the move he was going to make, he could have handled it differently.
He might have also done it too to expose her as the most emotional player in that house right now. She's going to show more emotion this week because she's up on the block.
Yeah.
And at the end of the week, that's going to create another target for the following week. So you're putting a target on somebody's back before they're even out the door.
Week, yeah.
Right. So it's kind of one of those things where now people are going to look at Brittany as like, we're going to have to get her out, because anytime she's up or anytime she doesn't like a decision, it's going to be an emotional battle with her, and they just don't want to deal with it. So I honestly think that it was kind of a good move to put the two of them up.
It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I think it could have been better. But I get where you're coming from. I don't think Brittany's gonna last long. I mean, be like second week in a row, regardless of if she's a target or not, like you said, showing her emotions the way that she is. She's definitely a fighter. She can show that she's a strong player because in that wild card competition, had they not ganged up on her, I think she was
definitely
very favored to win.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I mean, I definitely think she's gonna become like a target moving forward. It just, I don't know. I thought that Xavier could have done that better. I do like him though.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
And he is a lawyer too. I mean, he knows how to talk himself out of situations. And that's where, his profession is going to help him after this week.
That's true. That's true. I love that he said, he was talking about how he's like, Azza, who's my teammate or my, one of my alliance members, wants me to put her on the block as a pawn. And Brent, who I'm telling is a pawn, doesn't want to be put up at all. He goes, if people didn't get so emotional, this week would be easy peasy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, no shit. That's a psychological torture.
Yeah.
Of Big Brother.
It is
why we tune in.
It's the emotional roller coaster ride that they put you on, right?
Oh, yeah, man. Like that's done for ratings, and it's why we come back 23 seasons.
Yeah.
And multiple countries.
That's right.
Right. So yeah. And then he said, this is what makes the game so stressful, but it's fun, right? It's fun.
It is. And it's funny because as emotionally, physically, and psychologically stressful that it all is, it's a fun game to play.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a fun game to watch. I haven't played Tina yet. Okay.
Yet. So that's the key word. Yet.
I will be trying out. I've already decided I'm going to try at the end of August. So I'm thinking now about what I'm going to do for my audition tape, but I can tell you all about that another time because these people don't want to hear that. They want to know what's BB23.
That's right. That's right.
But if they tune into our show, then they should expect us to go off topic.
Nothing wrong with a little off topic. It, shows a bit of diversity. Who knows? Right. Whatever.
Oh my. Okay. Well, that was all my notes except for predictions. Did we miss any of your notes?
No, we actually covered all my notes. Pretty much what you had written down.
It's almost like we were calling each other. We weren't.
Yeah, right? We weren't really. These were our own independent notes.
Yeah, we're just great. We're just really good. All right, predictions for this week.
Brent's going home.
Brent, yeah. So what about veto? Who do you think is going to win veto?
Who do I think is going to win veto? I think.
I know.
I'm going to go with Man Bun.
Oh, Christian.
Man Bun or Derek X again.
Oh, Derek.
I mean, he's the veto king. I'd love to see him do it, but I think at this point he might want to step back, knowing that he's in a secure alliance. I think he needs to kind of downplay his physical game.
I think he'll only win. Well, I mean, obviously if he plays, but I think he'll only win if he's in a situation where he's playing and it's down to him and the two nominees. Then I think he'll win to make sure that it stays the same.
Yeah.
Right. But okay, so I'm in between. I think one of the nominees are going to win. Ooh. I feel like Brittany's got
a bit of fire in her right now.
Yeah.
You never know.
I think she's good. I think she's due for a win. So I'm gonna make her my prediction. However, I feel like this might be the week where, and this is just like gut. This isn't like, oh, I think, Brent's gonna pull it out. But I feel like this might be the week where the person that you think is set up to go home and everybody's like good, wins veto. Like, because they did everything right to set him up to be nominated. And I feel like it's just one of those things that the universe might be like, no, we're not done with him yet. And then give him a veto win.
No, I think he's going home.
Think he's gone?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Now, in saying that, I mean, the tides could change because if Brittany doesn't play low key this week like she did last week, the emotional player could be thrown at her in terms of, okay, well, we got to get her out now.
Yeah.
So it could be possible that she goes home as well. Yeah. My gut's telling me they're going to stick to the target. But again, if she shows more emotion than she showed last week, she could be going out the door.
Yeah. We'll have to see how it plays out Wednesday night. But yeah, so you say Christian's going to win the veto. I'm thinking either Brittany or Brent. One of the nominees.
Christian or Derek X. I veto king. You never know.
All right. I got our predictions. They're locked in.
Okay.
Final
so
answer.
no change in your mind.
Please lock in your answers, contestant, house guest. Okay. Yeah. So I think either Brittany or Brent. You think Christian or Derek X, and we will tune in Wednesday night to see who wins veto and who is remaining on the block moving into Thursday.
Gonna be exciting.
Woo! Well, thank you for tuning in, folks. This was a good little recap. Thank you, Tina, for our intro.
Yeah. Sorry if I left you out on it. It is what it is, right?
That's all right.
But listen, I might as well come for the top job now, which is yours, because like I've already taken Crystal. So
right, exactly. Might as well just take over. It's going to be Tina's pod moving forward with 2 girls invited.
Nah, I can never take over what you guys do. You guys do a fabulous job.
Right? Sure, Tina. That's how you get people. See, you just kind of get in easy and then whammo. Well, actually, I'll just say this while we're on the pod now. Speaking of the auditions and everything else, so Crystal and I both want to be on Big Brother Canada, and we're like, what are the chances that we will both get picked? Slim, but you never know. Our intention, we've already got it planned out, because if you're gonna go for it, you need to plan what's going to happen when you get picked.
But should you reveal it though?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I need to reveal it to put you on the spot.
Oh, okay, great.
So,
can't wait.
If one of us gets picked, then moving to the Big Brother after show, unofficial after show for Canada, we would hope that you would stay on the show as a fill-in for whatever host gets picked.
Okay.
Recap weekly. And if we both get picked, we were thinking, wouldn't it be cool if TNT just took over our show and did our show while both of us were in the house? And it would be like,
you know what? That would be kind of cool.
Right?
That'd be kind of cool. Hey, you never know.
Reveal it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be down for it.
Put you on.
I'd be down for it.
We'll
cheer you on the sideshow. Just don't go back and rewatch the right episodes after you come out. That's all.
Oh, don't worry.
Talk shit, trash. Perfect.
I'll listen to you guys talk about how you'll be like, I don't like this Melissa and Crystal girl.
I mean, what the hell are they doing?
Worse. They can't stop laughing. They get the nighttime sillies all the time.
The nighttime sillies are the best though.
Crystal throws up every time somebody says the word slop. It's just shit TV. No good. All right.
It'd be interesting.
It would be interesting, right? So
it would.
First we have to submit a video and apply for it. So that's step one.
You know what? That's what it is. If you really want to go for it, you have to submit it and go through the process.
We'll have to see what happens. But in the meantime, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hosting, Tina. And like she said at the beginning, like, subscribe, listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts, share, tell a friend, comment on our stuff, re-listen, rewatch, come back for more.
Just keep doing what you're doing and keep coming back.
And we will see you on Wednesday evening.
See you, folks.
Bye. Oh, wait. Don't forget to dance it out.
Oh, yes. We always dance it out.
Set up that music and bye.